Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable with Dominic Cicali. Hope everybody's having a great day. I know my day was all screwed up. I went from not cutting, going to cut the grass, not cutting the grass, to trying to go to the gym, didn't go to the gym, to just taking a nap all day. It was just a messed up day, but I just went with the flow. Didn't stress anything. Got a few things done, and then just took my nap. I was tired. I was whooped, going hard, going hard. So you need it every once in a while. But when the body says time to rest, it's time to rest. But I did go get a haircut. That's for sure. Got my hair cut up. So um, I want to thank everybody for all the love and support out there. All you haters, keep on hating. It's all good. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's for sure. So, and at times you may see me getting passionate about things, where I do get a little heated, tempers go up a little bit internally, but I try to control it and just keep everything straight. That's all. As long as people are talking accurate, you can talk all the garbage you want, and that's it. So we get it every day. So it is what it is, folks. Um, Before we get into these stories, too, my next story that's coming up, and there was a meeting back in 2000 with the five families. Joe Messino and the Chin, Vincent Gigante, called a meeting for all five families. So stay tuned for that story. That'll be up in probably the next few days. And I'll also be talking about, with that story, I'll probably put in the Tommy Karate murder, one of them. So as I'm going through paperwork, we're starting, just to see things go on. And it figures phones going off somewhere. Who knows where I put it, but so be it. Anyway, let's decline that. And just we'll have a good show, folks. But before we go into anything, folks, you know where I'm going. Go to egvodka.com, order it today, 100% gluten free, organic. It really is a smooth vodka, hands down. I think it was back in 2015. We had some taste tests where we beat Grey Goose 4 out of 5 times in the blind taste test. So, folks, it's really that smooth. Wherever I bring it, whoever tries it, they really, really like it. So we're just trying to get it where, like I said, case pricing, 6 bottles or more. We'll trying to implement free shipping, which will be great. It's like if you went to the liquor store and bought it, but you have it at the luxury of your own home. And I know 6 bottles is a lot, but if you have 3 or 4 people looking to chip in or offer a bottle, I think that's the best way to buy it. But we're slowly working, grinding it out. We're in a lot of hotels, restaurants here, especially in Tampa, loaded up, some in Miami. Um, it's really that good. Orlando, we're starting to load back up in Orlando too, all the hotels. So you will not be disappointed, that's for sure. So with that, and also, folks, we're coming out. We'll have more products coming out. So a lot more products. We're just in testing phases. So as long as they're good, we'll just put them out, market them, and help everybody, you know, uh, have a good product. I'm gonna answer some questions. Wait for a few more people to come on before we go into the story. Hey Bella, good to see you. Mafia Roundtable for life. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate it. Uh, Bella, I haven't looked to see how much it is yet, but I'm going to try to order 6 bottles next week, hopefully. Yeah, Bella, just wait. Let me see. Let me get that free shipping in there. That'll be the best way to do it. So just give me some time. I'll announce it. Um, you know, we got a lot of, let's see, we'll go back. CT. So I finally watched, okay, video because everybody keeps talking about it. It's Junior's. All right, whatever. Good evening, everyone. That was me. Hi, Dom and Maddie. Maddie's not here. Maddie's having a good time in New York. Nah, she had to go to a wake funeral service, and also it's her college, looking at college for her granddaughter. So um, she's up there. Hey, Don, believe it or not, there's a hair salon in Staten Island named Hello Gorgeous, LOL. Yeah, you know what? Hello Gorgeous was really popular back in the day. Vinny, and it was a fluke. Vinny wanted to, he created Hello Gorgeous just, he was out on bail on the Blue Thunder case and he wanted a place to go. So he said, you know what, let me create this salon so at least women will be there and I could be around women, have a good time. And it happened to take off. So kudos to him. And then he promised his wife if he beat the case, he'd give it a salon. Sure as shit, he beat the case, gave it a salon, and it went under. So, but nothing good lasts forever, that's for sure. So today we're going to go into the murder of Dominic Napolitano, aka Sonny Black. For those of you who've seen the movie Donnie Brasco, and it's funny because in Donnie Brasco, they have a few people, not everybody, who I mentioned last time who killed the three captains, but and obviously he was taken out. Eventually, who knows the real reason, but it's just part of the I guess the infiltration with Donnie Brasco that everybody brought him around. So this was in the early 80s. Vitali was becoming a made member in the Bonanno crime family. Sal was also an associate at that time around Joe Messino, and we all know that's his brother-in-law. So Napolitano was a capitagine at the time. He had a strong crew, a lot of people in his crew, and Donnie Brasco was an associate with Napolitano. And Donnie Brasco, who was Joe Pistone, FBI agent, almost got straightened out. That Sonny Black actually wanted to straighten him out. So thank God it didn't happen. He was pushing for it. But is what it is. So of course Joe Messino used Goldie, that was his guy, to get stolen vans. They got a van. Ray Spinelli and the guy Tony with Messino in the social club in Maspet. They were discussing taking out Napolitano. Napolitano had a club on Weather Street in Brooklyn. Messino got out of the vehicle to speak to Napolitano. They were standing outside the club. Napino and Napolitano had a real heated conversation. So, and it was said the conversation was about Donnie Brasco to straighten him out. Joe didn't want him straightened out. But Napolitano said he wanted him straightened out and he was going to get straightened out. So, that's, and at the time they just went back and forth. And Napolitano only known Brasco for a couple of years. And, usually you're supposed to know people where they're from, their heritage, meaning their family background, to make sure they're not a cop, they're not an FBI agent. But and on some occasions, people do get in. They get into good graces of some other people, like Sonny Black, and it just happens. So, but like I said, his real identity, Brasco, was Joe Pistone, who was an FBI agent, and that wasn't a good thing. So after learning about Brasco's real identity, Messino took a walk in Howard Beach. Messino made some comments to the effect that if he went to jail because of his Donnie Brasco, Messino wanted to give her a seat to Napolitano. And Messino said a receipt, meaning, I want to kill him. I want to kill Napolitano. It's because of him I went to jail. And even more so, bringing a cop around, which, folks, it's dangerous, really. So, like I said, they got together. You had Stevie Beef, who was the consigliere of the family. They're ready to go. They're ready to go move. Joe had the okay, green light, let's do it. So on the day designated, of course, Goldie got the van, parked on a service road, and that's it. They were going, and In the car, Messino told that Napolitano we're going to murder him, and gave the night, the time when he'd go. They had everything set up, and it was with Bobby Lino Sr. They walked Napolitano into a house. They lured him in, and like I said, folks, it's usually your best friends, people that you trust. They walk you in, they bring you in, and you don't know what's happening, and you get killed. Like, if they were looking to kill me, it would be maybe Vinny, Bruno, Anthony Aiello. Hey, Dom, come over. I need to talk to you. You walk in the house and you get popped. It's just that treacherous. So kids out there, stay away from the streets. And well, that night when Joe Messino went by the house with Vitale, Frankie Lino came out, told him it was all done. Napolitano was dead. He was hit. Now, as I go through other paperwork, looking at the notes I have and everything, we'll go into another story later on what happened inside the house. So right now I'm just hitting little tidbits going into things, and then we'll refer back to this story. I'll give a recap on it. I feel that's the best way to do it. And hopefully we'll get Maddie back. I like it with the narration where I could go back and forth, so I'm not getting winded. Now, there's the second that I said, guess who? Does anybody have any idea who got the blame? Who got the blame? Who caught heat for bringing Joe Pistone, the FBI agent, a.k.a. Donnie Brasco, around? Let's see if somebody guesses it right. Edward, wow. Drink your water, dummy. Thank you, Edward. That's really classy comment of you. I appreciate that. So wonderful. But I'm glad you're watching. Keep on hating, watching. While you're there, would just hit subscribe for me. That's the least you could do. Call me a dummy even more. So just hit the subscribe button. Danny, I'm in Harrisburg. Lefty Ruggiero. Good guess. Right under Tony Mirra. Yes, sir. That's the one. Got it. See? Movies don't always get it right. So here it goes. Vitale overheard a conversation with Joe Messino discussing the fact that Anthony Mirra had to go. The conversation took place at C&S Cake on Rush Street in Queens. Messino felt that Mirra was responsible for bringing Donnie Brasco, a.k.a. Special Agent Joseph Pistone, into the Bonanno family. Messino tasked Imbarrato with the mission because Imbarrato and Mirra were blood relatives. Blood relatives, folks. This is how crazy it is, the life. You're asked to kill, the life comes first. And really, it's ridiculous. Mirra was a soldier at the time, possibly under Caesar Bonaventura. At a later date, Vitale was told by Messino that Joey D'Amico and Richie Cantarelli were in the car when Mirra was shot to death. And from my recollection, and I'll go through the paperwork, don't hold me to this, but I think it was Richie Cantarelli sitting in the back seat and shot Mirra. And I think they were related. I want to say they were related as well. There was some type of connection, and I'll look into it further. And that was it. Mirra went out. He was the one who got blamed for bringing this Donnie Brasco around. And really, folks, it's just a treacherous life. And for your kids out there, stay out of it. Stay out of it. And just so you know, at one time, and I don't know why it didn't happen from the beginning, Thomas Patera, Tommy Karate, Joe Messino had to make arrangements sometime in 2000 to have people send him commissary money for his account. And that was like $200 to $300 a month. But really, it's ridiculous. And who facilitated that was Richie Cantarelli. So that probably stopped once Richie cooperated. But folks, it's just really, that's what you have a war chest for. That's why the money's there. It's supposed to help people when they're in jail. So that should have been done regardless. And really, it's a shame how everybody acts when you're away, when you're off the street. Everybody, they're like vultures out there. And really, it is disgusting. It's disgusting. But that's just part of the life. There's no loyalty. It's far few in between, and it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Tomorrow we'll do a light show. We'll do it 8 a.m. in the morning. We'll come out with something. Or just maybe doing answering the questions, or maybe just take off. I don't know, but we'll see. I'll have it listed probably later on tonight. If not, there will be Monday at 12 p.m. We'll come with short stories. I say short, we always go into an hour. It always happens. So if you want, we can answer some questions. I'll go into more stories just when they come to my head, and we'll take it from there. I have Donnie Brasco movie on my DVD collection. This is from Bella, but the movie didn't portray Lefty very well. I don't think it wasn't very accurate. Bella, usually they're not too accurate, but I think it was done well, the movie. They do have to make it entertaining, but it was done pretty well. I have to give them that. So. How true to real life is the movie Donnie Brasco? Well, we just answered that. As you well know, you saw the hit of the three captains, the way they portrayed it in the movie, and then I spoke about it the other day. So you had Sal Vitale, you had Vio Rizzuto from Canada down. They were in a closet. It wasn't the way they portrayed it. And then Nicky getting shot in the head, we know that didn't happen. That was just an added thing, Hollywood, to make a good treatment. And they had Donnie Brasco there, and he wasn't there cleaning up. So, but that's just the movie. That's the way they do it. Oh, somebody commented about Nick the Blade, who what's his name? Oh, if somebody's listening, they know Nick the Blade. Chazwali. I think Nicola Chazwali. And they said he was a tough guy or a gangster. You know what? On the street, he was known. On the street. But when people go to jail, they become totally different. He wasn't a tough guy in jail, that's for sure. He didn't do anything. And like I said with the story in Talladega, he dogged it. This guy was supposed to get my back, and yet my friend John Barone came getting ready to go to a camp, folks. Go to a camp, and he came with a weight bar helping me out. So, Chazwali, yes, good guy. I liked him, had fun with him, but he wasn't a tough guy. And he was great with cards. The guy was a card shark. They had a lot of scams going on back in the days when he was on the street. Diamonds. They would come show you packages of diamonds, raw diamonds. They would say they were stolen. Your gemologist would look at them, and then they do the bait and switch. So while they're paying, they give you fake diamonds. So he's a con artist, but good at his trait, what he did. And even with the card games, too, they knew how to rig games. And, guy made a ton of money, very sharp in that sense. But Nick the Blade wasn't a tough guy. And you see people's true colors in jail. On the street, it's easy to get that reputation. Show me in jail, it's a different story. Got a contribution. German, thank you so much. Hey, Dom, looking sharp. Just wondering what happened to Lefty after he was discharged from jail. Was he benched? Lots of love, respect from Australia. We'll go into it. I have a lot more homicides to talk about. Remember, I have thousands of pages that I have to go through. And I obtained all this when we were fighting our case. So, I'm just trying to keep it interesting as we go along, not provide too much load up in one show. We'll just keep it going, come out every day. Was Lefty the Ruggiero a real person? Yes, he was. Yes, he was a real person. Miro and Shellac Kid were related, Dom. See? I know it, yeah. So then it was Richie who shot him in the back of the head. And supposedly they said, I think Joey D'Amico and Shellac Head were related. I don't know how true that was. But I heard, listen, even Joey D'Amico, I heard his mother and father used to be loan sharks. They would lend money down Mulberry Street. I think Mulberry Street, that's where he lived. And from what I was told, the mother paid Joe $50,000 when Joey D'Amico was, then after straightened out. And obviously, he was capable of doing work. It's easy to do work, when you're setting somebody up, it's real easy. So a lot of people had a lot of bad things to say about him afterwards. And I'll go into Joey D'Amico stories later. We have plenty of information with him, and it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting. Hey, Dom, I heard that Joe Messina was sharp enough to know there was something fishy about Brasco the whole time and told his crew to stay away from him. You know what? Joe Messina was nobody's fool. He played the game better than anybody out there. Anybody out there. He was an excellent chess player. He was probably the best. He was probably the best. The way he manipulated, moved people around, moved his pawns, then captivated, took over the family, brought it to the pinnacle in the mafia, basically. And it was even stated by the Genovese higher ups that the Bonanno family's up there, that we were basically the elite family at that time, because it wasn't until 2002 we had our first made member rat in the Bonanno crime family. And then the floodgates opened. I mean, it just went downhill ever since then. And Joe Messina did the ultimate betrayal, wore a wire on acting boss Vinny Basciano, and that was it. The rest was history. We do have Nick the Blade, one of Nicky Scarfo's his. Yeah, no, it's not that guy. This is Nick the Blade. I think he was out of, I'm not saying Detroit. I think somewhere in the Midwest. I'm not too sure. I know somebody knows him because they called out his name last time. Pete, what's up? Glad to see you on. Chloe, I know you're out there somewhere. So I saw your thing, and I'll answer it later on. Pittsburgh, that's it. Pittsburgh. Yep, that's it. Pittsburgh, thank you. Pittsburgh banned Philly. Pittsburgh banned Philly had a Nick the Blade. Yeah, I think it was Pittsburgh. He was out of Pittsburgh. He was never straightened out. He was just known as very good with cards, numbers. He liked his sports betting. And in jail, he got a bad heroin habit. Bad. And people who look up facts, they could look up, I don't know if you could get the BOP records, but he had many shots. Those are incident reports for dirty urines where he lost his visits, lost his phone privileges at times, but he always moved around. I liked him. I liked him a lot. Bella, Joe Messina was his boss. Who's boss? Bella? Did you ever meet Joe Messina? No, I never met him never met him personally. So I think the time Vinny brought me there, he just showed, since Vinny did it unexpectedly, Joe made a point and said, I'm not seeing anybody, just to show Vinny, I'm the boss. Don't ever do that again. And I could care less. Meet him, didn't meet him. At the end of the day, my loyalty was with Vinny. And that's funny because in the induction ceremony, they state your loyalties with the boss, with the Bonannos. And I told Vinny afterwards, I said, I don't care what they say. My loyalty's with you. You're my boy. I'm here for you. I'm not here for Joe. I could give two F's about Joe. And that's just the way I felt. I wouldn't say it openly. I'm not stupid. But, and I know some people, the haters would beg to differ, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, no, my loyalty was with Vinny. And that's what hurt the most when I had to cooperate. I didn't have to. I just felt it's time, and that's it. Is Bill Bonanno still around? No, I think he passed away. I think he died. My dad knew Nick the Blade from Pittsburgh. Great guy. He had a good reputation on the street, but in jail, listen, he had a slew of time. I think he did like 30, 35 years. So, that's a lot of people. A lot of people were getting high. I remember when I was in Lewisburg, I'm sitting there, I'm out on the rec yard, and there was a guy, Dana, his name was. He was Hawaiian. He was life sentence, never going home. He was locked up from when he was about 12, 14. And at the time, I'm in my early 20s. He had to be maybe 30, middle 30s. Wild reputation in the BOP system. And I'm new to the system. I'm talking to them. We're sitting there. It's summer. They're doing the softball fields. They're big with softball up there in Lewisburg at the time. And I'm telling them, yeah, I can't believe all the junkies here. Everybody doing drugs. And again, I put my foot in my mouth because he used to get high. But that's a lot of people, the way they escape. That's their little escape, getting high, being high for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and just zoning out, nodding out, and just going into a different zone, different world. So, but they stand up and, that's the way they want to do their time. They do it. But in Lewisburg at that time, I would say at least 60 to 70% were using heroin. They had the steel factory up there. So they were kicking it with Unicor, which is a prison workshop, basically, and they pay you. People work overtime, and some people were bringing home maybe $1,000 a month. But they're working around the clock, like 14, 16-hour days, 7 days a week, getting all that overtime. And you would see them when payday comes, the commissary's full. You see them going getting up there. At that time, cigarettes were currency. So a carton of cigarettes was, I think, $10 they charged the underground. So, they buy cigarettes. You see everybody, and then going to the dope guy. I used to sell cigarettes up there too. That was my little hustle, where I would go to the dope guys, and thousands of cartons were floating around. So I'd make a deal where, all right, give me 500 cartons for this price, where maybe I'm paying $7 a carton. I'm flipping them out from $10 to $15. I think if you go to commissary, they were like $22 a carton. So people would come to us, and that's the way we would run it. And cigarettes all over the place. But that was a little hustle. But man, it was ridiculous up there. Really was. Danny wasn't Nick the Blade Philly. Yeah, no. That Nick, there might be. I'm sure there's a few Nick the Blades. Dom, do you still talk to Kaploon? Seems like he was instrumental in your life. That's my brother. Will be my brother till the day I die. That man stood by me when I was incarcerated. As the Bonanos were taking everything from me, I signed over a building to him. Came see me when I was in Putnam County Jail, signed it over to him. I didn't speak to him then in maybe 3 years, 2 years while I was incarcerated. Call him up one day and says, hey, pal, do me a favor. Could you sign the building back over? Immediately done. And because of him, he got me back on my feet when I came out, did the water project in Sierra Leone. He had the involvement there. So, yeah, I'm very close with him. Great guy. 100%. He's for helping people, very big in his community, and I have to give him props. He was very influential in my life, and he's one of the people that support me strongly. Dom, great show, bro. Question: how many months from the day you were straightened out until you cooperated? It might have been about a year and a half, 2 years when I was arrested. And remember, I would have been straightened out when I first came home from jail, but somebody snitched me out, said, hey, he just came home for drug dealing. And actually, it'll be in another episode. I'll let everybody know what was implemented when people came home from prison. And, at that time, when Vinny told me, he's like, don't worry, you're not going to wait 5 years. That I guarantee you. I said, you know what? I don't even want it. At that point, I had a bad taste in my mouth. And I told Vinny, like, we're gangsters, we're thugs, we're criminals. Like, you're going to hold. So that's like if I kill somebody, anybody comes out for murder, they have to wait. It's all bullshit. I didn't like it. I felt it was more policing from Joe Messino implementing that BS. Just like Joe, he didn't want us to go to strip clubs, nightclubs. I'm like, Vinny, I've been in jail for a long time, brother. Like, I lost all my 20s in jail, some of my 30s. It's like, damn. I came out, yeah, some of my 30s. It's like, I'm going to these clubs. All right, all right, all right. And that was it. Hey, Chloe, we got you. Hey, Dom. Love from the UK. Please give my dad, Lewis, a daily shout out. Lewis, how's it going out in Ireland? Hopefully, no more speeding tickets and stay strong, mate. Have fun. Have fun. Chloe, I'm sure you're pulling your hair out your head with him. Danny, very smart way you move on the street. Look at the respect you still have from people you dealt with. That says a lot about your character. You know what? I never took advantage of working people, legitimate people. I always helped them. And I'll tell a story, even with Kaploon. Great guy. He invested in a memorabilia company, and I'm going many, many years back. This is in the early 2000s. And he comes to me, he says, Dom, I need your help. Do you know this guy? I said, what's the matter? I think he might have invested 20, 30, 40, $50,000, whatever it was. It was either 20 or 50, around there. He says, this guy robbed me. He's not giving me my money back. I invested into a memorabilia store. And I said, I'll handle it. Give me the name, address. I called Joey Gambini. I said, do me a favor. Go see this guy. He owes you the money. Tell him to give him back all the money. So Joey went in there. Next thing I know, I'm seeing Yehuda. He's looking to give me money. I'm like, what's this for? He said, I got my money back. I'm like, I don't want it. That's yours. I'm not taking it. You asked me for a favor. I looked into it. I got it done for you. You're my brother. I don't want money. Was it from illegal activities? He's like, no. I don't do anything illegal. So I'm like, no, that's yours. And that's the way I conducted myself. All the businesses, everything I did. I looked at the bigger picture, the long version of it. But with that, he's one of the only guys that I could say is my friend, was always there for me. And he actually gave me a $200 million construction job when I first came home in Miami. And it was amazing because we would fight like brothers, where I'm cursing him out, he's cursing me out. And all of a sudden, I'm driving home. Maddie calls me. I'm like, what did Yehuda tell you now? Oh my God, he's upset. You better leave him alone. You're going to give that man a heart attack. And she's ripping into me. And then she would always tell me, she's like, all right, Yehuda, you want me to get into him when he comes home? You would be like, no, don't tell him. It'll be worse. But I love him. I love him. That's my heart. So great guy, great family. His father too, great guy. Mother, everybody, sisters, wife, kid, child, wonderful family. Frankie V. Dom, why did you lie about being friends with and getting info from an active underboss? I have no idea what you're talking about. So, Frank, if you could elaborate more, then I'll tell you. Why did you? Oh, you're saying, okay, you could say what you want. I don't have to prove anything, and that's it. So, not lying though. So I'm in touch with a lot of people in New York. So, and that's my business. So I just put it out there just to make a point. So the life is not what it was. People have that false pretense that, the mafia, it's not what you think, folks. Keep on watching your movies. Chloe, thanks. You got 2 tickets already. 2 tickets. Oh my God. They're drinking Island Dry. As long as he's having a good time, that's it. Lewis, slow down, especially if you're drinking. So can you compare state versus federal prison? Fed easier? Always hear that. Back in the day, okay, different state prisons, different states have different setups in prison. New York State prison, I hear, is one of the best. You have conjugal visits in certain institutions. They allow you to get food packages. You can wear your own clothes sent in. When I was in Florida State, it wasn't as bad. There was 0 conjugal visits. They had at that time money. You could have cash on you. You could draw $25 a week from your commissary. And then they had a canteen where you go store, open up that microwave sandwiches, ice creams, protein powders, a whole bunch of stuff. Wasn't bad. Back in the day, the federal system was really good. They had a program called the JCs that they would order stuff from outside once a week. Was it once a month for a whole week? They would have each unit. So they would break the units up. If you had, say, 5 units, Monday would be A, Tuesday would be B, and so on, to order food. So 1 month you might be ordering from a steakhouse, another month your pizza, another month from a Subway shop, another month Chinese food. And what they would do, all the proceeds would go in the JC fund, and then it would help get us, if we needed weight equipment, if movies over the weekend. They would have the video at the time. They were the VHS tapes. They put them in to get updated movies. It would pay for the Showtime, HBO, and it was a pretty good program. But of course, everything stops, and I'll go into that with prison reform. But nowadays, I heard the feds are just really horrific. And by the way, we might be doing a live next Friday. I'll be in Tampa with everybody's favorite guy, Gene. So we're going to do it at Bocelli's. So whoever wants to come, you're welcome to come. And we're going to go live. We'll do a few pre-recordings while we're there, so we have some more content. But I'm thinking about it. I know he's free. I have to see my schedule for next week if I'm free. So we'll be there. We'll have a nice event again over there at Bocelli's. Excellent Italian food. If you're in Tampa, stop by there. And that's one of the homes of E.G. Vodka. They have to load up there. Down to maybe a couple of bottles. But I just spoke to the owner. I'm like, hey, I looked at the list. I didn't see you ordered. He's like, Dom, I know. But all good. Let's see. Why would he lie, Frank? He has more than enough to talk about. I know. Thank you. Why would I lie about contacting? But just people want to throw dirt. Let them. It's no big deal. Or they want me to reveal who it is. That'll never happen. So, and it makes no sense. I'm not talking about the guy anyway. So I'm not bringing up stories. So about anybody who I associate with, I would never do that because I'm putting them in harm's way. Always a possibility for that. So talking for the FBI. See, again, people, you misconstrued words. So I said, the FBI, we speak, they see how I'm doing, and that's about it. Just like with every other cooperator. Sammy still speaks to his handlers. They're friendly. Just people like that. So is what it is, folks. Hey, Dom, have you ever come across Donnie? Or that was before Donnie Brasco? That was before my time. I never came across him. So it was way before my time. So let's see what else we have. I got a surprise for you today, buddy. Okay, wonderful. I love surprises. So, all right, everybody. I guess we'll start wrapping it up. If anybody has last questions, hit me up now. Well, I just don't come on and talking about debating people. I'll go up against anybody who's reputable, formidable. Trolls, I'm not going to debate. I don't have time for any trolls, or that'll never happen. So makes no sense, because they're just going to talk out of both sides of their mouth, both ends of their mouth. And I just don't have time for nonsense, and I won't waste my time. My time's too valuable. So, Dom, you're still trying to get, Megyn Kelly, I wish you would do something with respect to human and children trafficking. Think it would make an impact. Absolutely. I would definitely love to get her going with some stuff. I think she's good at what she does, and I think is what it is. But we'll see. Oh, We push back, posted Dom's lies. Okay, wonderful. Great. So isn't that with John Gotti Jr., who's a rat? He had a weak moment. Oh, I had a weak moment. Oh. Anyway, let's see. You're using it as a source of info, but wouldn't say who it is. Oh, Frankie, enough, enough. And I'm not going to say who it is. You don't like it, go get off the channel. Go somewhere else. I don't need you, and I don't need your bullshit. So, okay, I'm glad you think that's your opinion. Say what you want. That's it. So, Lucky Bee, Dom, is it chocolate and peanut butter or peanut butter and chocolate? I don't know. You tell me. Whatever you want to call it. Is the glass half full, or half empty? Which is it? Oh, Guy Jr. isn't involved. Okay, my bad. So, with that, folks, hope everybody has a great day. Don't gamble what you can't bet or what you can't afford. Tomorrow, everybody have a great Sunday here. Now we're getting some more comments. Were you waiting for the green light to hit the nose even behind jail? Behind jail, it was off the table. Once I got locked up, it was off the table. I was doing it. Yes, I did get the green light by Vinny, and Michael Knows was going out that February 14th, Valentine's Day. As he walked down out of his girlfriend's house, we were going to take him out. Dom, any new stories about Tony Urso? Yeah, I got a lot of stories about Tony, so we'll go into that later on. Maybe we'll do a funny segment about. There's some skits I'm going to do, so stay tuned. They're going to be hilarious. So just putting everything together. Dom, did you ever eat in Arthur Avenue? Yes, I did. Let's see. Did you ever eat Dominic's on Arthur Avenue? I'm not sure I did or I didn't. There was a few restaurants I ate. Would you ever try to get Tony Urso or Bruno on? I don't think either one of them would ever come on. They're still in the life, and they would never do that. So, and somebody asked who I would debate. Somebody formidable. Somebody formidable. You have to put somebody up there. We can have our differences. I'm okay. But somebody formidable. What am I going to date a troll for that doesn't know the life, that just wants to talk nonsense? I'm not going to waste my time with it. It's just not worth it. So I would never, to hear stupidity. So they have no depth to them, no comprehension of the life. Really, they don't know the life. They just want to talk nonsense. So they could do it all they want. They're entitled. It's a free country. Great show, Dom. Did you see Vinny? Gorgeous depiction in Rob the Mob. No, I actually didn't see it. I have to watch it. So we'll see how it is. Dom, Joe Gambini, you mentioned, is yes. Oh, Cherry Hill? No, he's from Ridgewood, Queens. I think Ridgewood. People would know that. They'll answer. Yeah, we know. Bobby B900, I know that. Thank you. Why the sudden attacks from Lee Cole and James? I thought you were good with James. What was said? This is from Joe. What was said with James? Let me know. So I'll stay on a little bit longer. Joe, let me know what was said. So, but people are entitled to their opinions, even if they disagree with what I'm doing. I respect that. So, looks like Gene went off on Joey and Little Snuff. Dangerous. Well, Gene's entitled to do whatever he wants to do. He's his own man, and all I could do is give him advice. Lee and James called you out being a liar. When was that? Was it one of the first videos? Or was it recent? If it was, put it up there. So, Dom, you encountered Asian gangsters. Lee and James called you a lying rat. Okay, wonderful. Well, Frankie, you're a jerk off. How about that? So, Frankie V. So, because all you're doing is that you're a troll too. You're a hater, hiding behind a false name. So, what kind of man are you? So, or woman, it could be a guy or girl. Who knows? With these days, you speak to Bruno. No, no. The tags they use for their videos, calling you a rat. Recent video, they're all about comparing how all you did time, cooperated, and Molino. Yeah, no, I saw that. That's all right. That's their opinion. Thanks. Yeah, Dom. We definitely need more stories about Vinny Basciano, Tony here. So Bruno, Michael, no, we'll have plenty more. We have plenty of time. I'm coming out every day. David, thank you for your contribution. Living in South Jersey must have been tough with all the Hoagies and Eagle fan maniacs. You know what? They had a club over there, and correct me if I'm wrong, people from Philly. The seventh floor. Was it the seventh floor? Um, I was real close with Big Joe Mecca. How's he doing, by the way? If anybody out there, great guy. I loved him. Johnny Gons was there at the time. I heard he got killed. There was a slew of guys in Philly I was close with. But yeah, no, I would go to seventh floor, Carte Blanche. It was great. I loved it. Had a great time. Loved the guys of Philly. Philly, great food, great Italian restaurants. They have a really strong Italian community. Gotta give them props for that. I love Philly. I love being in Philly. Beautiful city. Okay. Let's see. What's my favorite dish? Oh, I like my rigatonis with garlic and oil with some chicken. I like the blackened chicken, and then put maybe some broccoli or spinach in it, all integrated into one. It's really good. That's what I like. Um, let's see. They're trying to use your name. Okay. Matt, that sounds good. I'm hungry now. What about? All right, guys. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Danny, thank you, Dom. Great show. Got to run. I have to run too. Oh, you have a hot date tonight. Listen, when you go out, right here, folks. EG Vodka. Go to egvodka.com. Order it today. 100% gluten free, organic, 3 flavors. Smoothest vodka on the market. You will not be disappointed. And then we are trying to work out the deal that the public can order Champagne D Rock out of Champagne, France. Look at the bottles. They are gorgeous. And the juice inside's even better, especially when it's ice cold. Oh, my God. We have 4 flavors. Really, they're all hands down. Really good champagne. So, guys, German, much love to you. Everybody have a great evening. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. You know what? I'm going to do something. We're going to try helping these kids out. We have to get going, moving with that, and check it out. So, everybody, much love. Thank you for your love and support. And until then, have a great evening. Be safe and drink responsibly.